I doubt if you guys have heard about the Tokyo bombing in 1942.
But my first introduction to the B-25 was during the historical event of the Doolittle bombing of Tokyo. Especially in the movie Midway, the image of the B-25 taking off from the aircraft carrier was very memorable to me. As a twin-engine medium bomber, the B-25 has a lot of products in the field of aviation modeling. And the one I brought this time is from 3D Lab Print. 1.72 meters wingspan not only has full-featured flaps and twin-drag tails, but also movable turret and additional bomb bay, which all add to the playability of this aircraft. So here is Ketty Studio. Without further ado, let's get into the main content. To be honest, the flight of this plane is actually a bit cumbersome. Without loading bombs, the takeoff weight reaches 3.5 kilograms, with a theoretically wing loading of 92 grams per decimeter. Therefore, a 10mm carbon rod is inserted into the fuselage as reinforcement. But even so, it couldn't prevent the wings from flexing upwards during high maneuverability actions. To be honest, I was a bit nervous, but once the heavier plane is in the air, you can clearly feel that its flight stability is very high. Whether flying in crosswinds or headwinds, you can see the steadiness of this plane as a twin-engine bomber. This is especially noticeable during the landing phase of the plane. However, it's also good that the overall power configuration of the plane is relatively sufficient. Under single-engine operation, the takeoff feels very smooth. Under dual-engine operation, there's a slight nose up, but it's crucial to note that during low-speed flight, you must avoid making sharp turns, or it will easily go into a side slip. I guess you wouldn't want to crash the plane into pieces like I did, right? Now that we've covered basic flight, let's talk about the basic configuration of this plane. Everyone is very concerned about how large the bomb bay of this plane is. Unfortunately, I have to tell you, and it's just about the size of a fist. Moreover, although Pin has installed many servos in the bomb bay, this means you have to be extra careful about interference with the servos when placing bombs. To control the entire plane, a total of 14 servos are needed. Talking about it is painful. In terms of power, we used a 2820 550 kV motor paired with dual 40A electronic speed controller. Theoretically, the maximum thrust of 7 kilograms gradually decreases, but once the fuel is halfway, it can easily lift off. Now, we must also mention the propellers of this aircraft. We purchased this set of B-25 specific 3-blade propellers designed by Philip Sims from 3D Lab Print. To be honest, this is our first time flying with 3D printed propellers. But after multiple flights, the only downside seems to be the noise, which might be relatively loud. But there was still some real effort in disassembling this support. Finally, regarding the assembly of this aircraft, since it is a later product from 3D Lab Print, the assembly between parts is very convenient. You can apply an appropriate amount of glue on the inside of the parts like I did, and then easily put them together. Having said so much, what is the actual cost to get this aircraft flying? Well, I've specifically listed a few official configuration tables here, along with our studio's final configuration list. You can refer to these tables to decide whether to purchase this aircraft. In fact, for players who want to get into model aircraft long-term, I highly recommend getting a printer to print your own models. Even for beginners, with 3D printed model aircraft, the extremely low printing costs allow you to continue on the path of crashing planes. Yes, there's no turning back. Finally, our studio has provided an overall rating for this aircraft. This score is not only given by me personally, but also by all the team members in the studio after more than a month of evaluation. We also warmly welcome everyone to give a comprehensive rating for this aircraft. Although the B-25 aircraft is one that has been phased out by time, and perhaps our channel will enter the jet era, as the aircraft once appeared in the Pacific battleground, it may still only live in people's hearts. Always remembered, but not yet unearthed. But one day, it can be flown again, appreciated, felt, and understood by people. For an aircraft, this might be the highest praise. So, the video is coming to an end here. Thank you very much for your likes, comments, and subscriptions. If there are any aircraft you would like to see, please don't forget to leave a comment and discuss it in the comment section. This is Keddy Studio, and let's meet again with more exciting content in the next episode.